Hey everybody, welcome to GamingHQ.TV's Dauntless in the Dark, I guess on our side of things. My name is Greer, I'm going to be your video game jockey. Let's hope that that doesn't crash again. What is Dauntless? It is pretty exciting. It is a game that is going to be multiplayer. We're going to see co-op and we're going to see a lot. So let's get started before this thing crashes. We're only going to run it on YouTube this one time, and who knows what monsters we're going to be facing tonight. Things that fly, things that of course scurry in the night, and I guess things that are going to bite. We're in the Founders, of course, beta and alpha tests. We'll put up those links later, or you can find them on our GamingHQ.TV or your globalgamingheadquarters.com site. But let's get started. This game looks like it's so much fun. And thanks for tuning in or returning a broadcast if you are. Of course, we're returning from our Attack on Titan Saturday Saturday. We're not going to run too much through it, so we won't have to worry about if it crashes or not. But once we get started, we'll be in the hands of the game. So let's get started. And this should be at 1280 by 720 at 60 FPS. Welcome to Dauntless Early Access. As a founding member of our community, your voice is key in shaping the future of the game. There will be rough areas, unfinished features, and other issues you may experience. We're passionate about working with the community to improve Dauntless. Please give us your feedback. Okay, let's try and give them some feedback right away. And let's get signed in over here off to the side, shall we? I'm fixing it, I'm doing it. We're getting signed in, just give us a second. And that gets us signed in. We're here. Alright, this is where you guys get to play the game now. It says they're going to be down, but it looks like you're past that server downtime. Let's take a look at our options here. We'll keep it at a minimum. Like I said, I don't want to crash our OBS software. But let's see if we can get it to at least go full screen if we can. Or if not, we'll just leave it the way it is. Let's play it out.
Hello, fellow Slayers. I'm Jesse Houston, executive producer on Dauntless and co-founder here at Phoenix Labs. On behalf of everyone at the studio, I'd like to thank you for purchasing a Founders Pack and believing in us. You're about to enter the Shattered Isles. Here, humanity survives on floating cities and island outposts, while traversing the skies aboard airships. Savage behemoths remain ever-present and a growing threat to humanity's survival. But against them stand the Slayers, bold fighters who dedicate their lives to battling the behemoth menace. We've learned a lot during the technical alpha earlier this year. The community has blown us away with their help, feedback, and long hours dedicated to improving the game. This phase marks the next step of many in our journey together. We're treating this as an early access period for Dauntless. We're very excited to jump into the Shattered Isles with you and slay some behemoths. Before we do that, let's talk about the goals of this early release and what we hope to accomplish together with you, the community. We're approaching alpha and beta a little differently than you may be accustomed to, and you're playing a game that's still a work in progress. In this early release, you will see bugs, glitches, and unfinished content. At the launch of closed beta, the game will include the first 2 zones of the Shattered Isles, filled with deadly behemoths, uncharted adventure, and stories to unfold. By the end of the closed beta period, we expect to introduce Zone 3, introducing even more challenging behemoths. But your Dauntless adventure is just beginning. Open beta is scheduled for later this year, and we will continue to add new content into the game for years to come. As developers, we believe in transparency. We're eager to involve the community in the game and get feedback early. We want to collaborate with you to make Dauntless the best experience it can be. We want you to have fun. Dauntless is about sharing experiences with your friends, challenging yourself, and that moment of achievement when you bring down a behemoth. You're a Slayer recruit, about to begin your journey by facing off against Nasher.
What? What's a Nasher? What's he talking about? Did he just say we're fighting a Nasher?
Since 2014, and we're very excited to explore the Shattered Isles with you in the Founders Alpha and beyond.
There you go. From 3 to 4 years of game development.
Happy hunting.
We're in an alpha situation at 3 to 4 years afterwards. So a AAA title typically needs a staff of at least, I don't know, 50 to 100 people in just the QA department for 4 years. Now you know why it costs several million. My name's Greer. Welcome. This is our GamingHQ.TV's video game jockey. We're going to be, of course, letting you do most of the work here. We're just here to dial the buttons in and flip the controls. You can choose the character type. You can choose what we're wearing. I think our name is set, but if we can get it, we'll get our name as GamingHQTV. If not, it'll be Greer. If we want to create 2 characters, we let you guys type in, and of course it shows up right there on the screen. So if you want to shout out to yourself, feel free to shout it out and type it out. Mixer is also there to be typed to. If you want to type to Mixer, they are running the esports event on Gears of War 4, and I believe that's the Las Vegas tournament. So you can catch some of that. And also there's the Pokemon tournament going on this weekend. There's so much happening on Twitch as well. So anyone, if you're not choosing, let me know, because I'll choose for us here. I'll get this thing rolling as fast as possible. No one's choosing? Okay, we got the time delay. I forgot. That's right. About 20-30 seconds time delay. Let's let that load up at the moment. And I'm going to see if we can get back to this. No, I'm not going to go back. Let's just do it. Okay, we can go, what is that, small, medium, large? Just 2 sizes, small or large. Or we can go preset, let's see. 2 ancestors, huh? This is almost like a GTA setup. Shall we have you count it down here? We've got, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4 rows, 12 sets. 4th row, 3rd one over, get it? 3rd row, 2nd one over, 2nd row, 1st one over. Let me know which one you're interested in for our character set here. And if you don't choose anything, like I said, we'll just choose for you. We're going to keep the show moving. It's not going to stagnate tonight, that's for sure. We've got a lot to cover. We're back from a little, let's just say, soiree with gaming. And we're back and ready to, of course, broadcast with you live. This is a new one right here. We're getting you all the new games and, of course, music, games, and more here at GamingHQTV. We'll be running NCS, no copyright sounds, but we're going to be listening to the game music for the first time, so we want to listen to gaming music. Let's choose a second parent here and see what we come up with. Her and, let me see who else would be a crazy good mix. How about him and Kit? Is that what she, or he, or what would look like? Merrily and Kit? I don't even see a difference, but okay. You want to go for that? Let's do it. Okay. He's got the biggest eyes ever. Everything is maxed out. Let's give him a unibrow. What do you think? Give him Marty Feldman eyes or Steve Buscemi eyes. I think he had his eyes worked on. I don't think he has those kind of eyes anymore, actually. All right, we got crew cut. Let's rotate this guy a little bit so we can see the crew cut from the back. We're just doing the character change. We'll be back. We'll make more characters if you're catching a rebroadcast. So if you want to make another character, let us know by email at assistance@gaminghq.global. My name is Greer. We'll be pushing some links your way so that you can get a head start on all the gaming info that's coming up, like PAX West at the beginning of September. We've got Gamescom in Germany. I don't really care. I don't really care for any of this. We can just go. Let's just go. Right? He's a person, right? Okay, good. Good. We're done. We're going to load it up on the island here. Yeah, we just want to see what the mechanics are for fighting. We're already done with the character selection, but like I said, we'll make another one later. And I should say you'll make another one later. That's how we love to have it. You guys making all the choices, and we'll just run it. All we're here to do is show it up on the interwebs at GamingHQ.tv, and of course on Twitch, YouTube, Mixer, and Smashcast. Smashcast has got the questions up there for the Forza, I think it's Forza Horizon 3 questions to win a car, and I believe we have the Loot Crate game giveaway, box giveaway still going on. So that's going to be an embedded prize in some of our other streams. I know we're running live on PC, so it's going to be a little dicey. Bear with us on YouTube side of things, our YouTube friends. Yeah, I can't run as much as I would like to run, but it's all about running and showing Dauntless. That's what you're seeing, just loading up the island, getting into it. I know it's not Spider-Man, but we will have it. Don't worry, we've got Spider-Man still in the works. And thank you for everyone who's been sending in messages and texts about have I been okay. It's been fine. There's not been an issue. Like I said, we're just down for a little bit. We've got some surprises that we're going to talk about and show you, but we just can't do it yet. But we're busy. We're busy working in the background here, making sure things get covered. I mean, it was a crazy weekend. We had the World Cup championships in Overwatch. We had the Dota 2 championships. I mean, it seemed like there was a championship or a giveaway for everything. Yeah, there was even this weekend. You still have the Pokemon tournament still going on Twitch. We have that going on the site. Plus, we're putting some artists in there that can run it. I hope this doesn't take too long to load. We should be okay. It says there that they fixed it. So we've got it all set up and we're ready to run. We've got Sasky, thank you, Ali the Gamer, who's working on our Discord server. So we'll be getting the Discord server live. And for the Twitch, let's just do it right now. For our friends on YouTube, let's do the giveaway. If you want to get either the male or the female loot crate, or both, one male or one female, send a email to me, Greer at GamingHQ.global, or send it to assistance at GamingHQ.global, whichever one you feel comfortable with, assistance at GamingHQ.global. Put in there the shirt you want, male or female. They're eventually going to be switching over to unisex this year, but it does say it on there, male or female, so whatever your closest build to that is. And there's only one size that we have, so it should be good. And all you have to do is send in whether you want the male or the female and which one. We have any one of last year's. They have to be in the domestic U.S., not in Alaska or Hawaii. So you have to be in the country. If you're out of the country and you have friends that are in the U.S., you can send it to them. We have had that done before, so that is a pretty cool thing that you did, Sean, for Matt. So you guys are pretty cool friends. Anyway, we have the GTA 5 Shark card still going on all this week. We have Shark card activities during the week, so make sure you tune in for all of our GTA 5 Shark Weekend and Shark Week action. It's still going to continue for next week. We're going to go one more week, so it's going to be, what, 2 weeks? Two Shark Weeks? Two weeks of sharks? Something like that. Yeah, we got depth. We've got, oh my God, I want to try that one that puts you down in the bottom where it's the darkest depths of the ocean. It's called Narcosis, but we've got to try it out. And then, of course, co-op fighting sharks with depth. That should be pretty scary. It was scary trying to swim with the dolphins with Michael in GTA 5. Check that out. And again, if you want to win the Loot Crate prize that we have, just send an email to either Greer at GamingHQ.global or assistance at GamingHQ.global. Put down in there whether you want the male or the female box, and then put down which month you want. For example, last month was September. Last September, it was speed. I don't know what this September is going to be, but I think you're too late to get this month's crates if you want to get it on the raffle, but you can still try. I'm not sure it'll work, but you can try. If not, it goes toward next month's raffle, and we'll find out what that'll be soon enough. This is just loading up, so I don't know how long it's going to be taking. Let's see if we can try to promote the situation here a little bit. It doesn't look like it's allowing me to get any menus chosen. Yeah, it's just I think on a loading loop. They said that the servers were going down, but they should be up within or at the hour. It could be loading the new patch. That's what I think it is. It's loading the new patch. Yeah, they're patching it right now. That's what you're seeing is the patch in action. And while we're waiting for it, I'm just giving you some of the info and the links about what's going on for the Loot Crate prize that you can win. And more. And Shark Week is going to be crazy this week. Weekend, I should say. Yeah, if you don't like sharks, well, or if you love shark soup. Shark fin soup, is that the one they're killing them all over? It's crazy. It's like a battle of sharks. We had Michael shooting sharks from the boat, trying to ward them off with a knife. Broken bottle. Whatever you have, Michael. I know, I want to switch over the sound from Premium Beat or from NCS, no copyright sounds, but I can't get out of this loop. It's loading the next level, which is what they were patching for an hour. I can try it again. Let me see if this will fix it. I think we're loading in. We just have to be patient with it. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to grab a video while we're waiting and see if I can draw a little bandwidth off the front side here. Let's do this quick. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to pull. Okay, we got it. So let me see if I can copy this video without crashing this thing completely down. Wish us luck, folks. I'm not going to crash this. I'm not going to crash this. I'm not going to crash this. Okay, let's see if we can learn a little bit about this while we're waiting, shall we?
Every morning I get spreadsheets and I pretend to look at them.
We don't hit spreadsheets here. We just want to see what's going on with the game.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Arix here, and welcome back to another video for Dauntless. Hopefully you guys had a chance to catch my video the other day where I spoke more broadly about the combat in the game, the way it feels, the weapons, behemoths, etc. And if you did, then you'll know that I said I have plans to follow up with a series of in-depth weapon tutorials, taking a look at each of the 4 weapons that will be available in the alpha. Well, today we're going to kick things off by talking about my personal favourite weapon, and a weapon that we haven't seen a great deal of, the chain blades. For those of you that are going to be jumping into the Founders Alpha next week, this will allow you to get an early understanding of how the weapon works and pick up some tips before you start playing. And for those of you guys still on the fence and perhaps just want to see some more gameplay, well then this should also fill that void too. Either way, if you do enjoy this video and you do find it helpful, then a like would be super appreciated, and be sure to comment down below and let me know what you guys think or if you have any questions. Now, to begin with, the chain blades are one of the most versatile weapons in Dauntless, offering fast and nimble combos up close, as well as the ability to attack and poke from a distance should you be faced with a particularly aggressive or defensive behemoth. Pair that with the fact that you also have the ability to both get in and out of combat at the press of a button, and you have the makings of a rather lethal weapon, allowing you to essentially dive in and dish out quick burst damage, and then get out before things get heated like some sort of Dauntless ninja. However, this is also the most technical of the 4 weapons.
That's us, we're going to be Dauntless ninjas.
About rely rather heavily on either stamina or a weapon-specific resource that builds the more you fight.
Yeah, it's loading in right now.
We're just watching this as you'll only truly benefit from those if you're able to play aggressively. So if after all of that, you're thinking to yourself, yep, that sounds like my kind of weapon,
see, it's loading
then here is everything you need to know about the chain blades.
We're just giving you some tutorials and some tips. That's the chain blades.
Much like every other weapon in Dauntless, you have 2 main attack buttons, X and Y, or left mouse button and right mouse button. I play Dauntless with a controller since I think it feels best, so I'll be detailing all moves in this video with controller buttons. But in the event that you're a keyboard and mouse player, then quite simply, X is left mouse button, Y is right mouse button, RB is your Q, and dodge or B is space. Now, for the chain blades, X is your close range attack. With this, you use the sickle or the blade component of your weapon to dish out quick attacks within arm's reach. You can combo up to 5 of these attacks together to pull off what is referred to as the bladed edge. This will become one of your bread and butter combos since it's quick, it doesn't require any stamina investment, and if you're playing it safe, perhaps fighting a new behemoth that you're not familiar with, it's also going to be the easiest thing to get out of. On the flip side, you have your Y button attacks. These are your ranged attacks and take full advantage of the chain component of your weapon. You have relatively good reach with these, and while they don't do as much damage as your X attacks, they're great for attacking monsters at a safe distance, or if you're fighting something like Quill Shot, you can even use it to sever his quills. It is however worth noting that each of these attacks consume stamina, so you want to be careful when using these, since if you run out of stamina, you can't dodge, and if you can't dodge, well, you're putting yourself in a rather dangerous predicament.
I'm just curious when he says you got to get out of them. What do you have to get out of them?
To perform a chain fling combo. Just make
no,
sure,
we're here. We're live.
That you're always monitoring your stamina.
You're live. You're watching it. Here, I'll show you. Let's shrink this game one more time.
These ranged attacks are also your elemental attacks.
Okay, so we're loading. See, it's loading the screen.
Type of aether, which I'll speak about later. And these attacks are how you
rather small screen
that damage. So even if you do plan to stick close to your target and fight right next to them, working these into your combo is a vital part of your chain blade strategy. Speaking of which, if you then start mixing these two together, X, X, Y will perform these swinging blades, where you do 2 close attacks and round it out with a spinning wide attack. Useful if perhaps, say, mid-combo, the Behemoth jumps back or gets knocked over, then the final wide attack has a chance of catching them. In addition to this, if you sneak an X attack in at the end, you can then round it out with a close range finisher slice. Now, something else worth noting about this combo specifically, it's the only time you'll be able to pull off a Y attack without it consuming stamina. Notice how at the very end, the spin doesn't deplete your stamina. Sure, this might not be the most powerful combo, but since it's free, it's also a safe way to take advantage of the elemental aether on your weapon, should you have it. And moving on from there, if you input 3 X attacks followed by a Y attack, you'll instead round out the combo with the Blade Spin, or as I like to call it, the Bruce Lee Special. With this, you swing your chain blade in a vertical flurry, attacking the monster multiple times. And what's more, if you hold down the Y button instead of just pressing it, then you can keep this move going for quite some time. Do of course bear in mind, the longer you hold this, the more stamina it consumes, so this can be a very dangerous move. High risk, high reward.
Sounds cool.
If you're in a situation where the Behemoth is tired, knocked down, or just in a vulnerable position, then getting off this combo will allow you to dish out some serious damage. But since it is so stamina reliant, you've got to ensure that you're always thinking about your escape plan. Also, much like the swing and blade combo, you can also sneak an X attack on the end of this for a finisher slice too.
X, Y, X.
Now, moving away from your core attacks for a moment, let's talk about your special. See, unlike other weapons, your special isn't really an attack, but instead, both your entry and escape plans simultaneously. If you press RB when you're at a distance, provided the attack connects, you will then pull yourself towards the Behemoth, and in doing so, you'll consume one of the 4 red blocks at the top of the screen. This is your weapon-specific resource, separate to your stamina. Then conversely, if you press RB when you are right up next to the Behemoth, you will instead backflip away to safety. This launches you up pretty high in the air and a good distance away, so as you begin to learn a Behemoth's tells, when you see certain attacks incoming, you can then react and get out of the area to avoid being hit. In fact, if you really want to be risky, then perfect timing will allow you to evade out of a headlong charge, since you're able to backflip just before the impact. But I honestly wouldn't recommend trying this. In truth, as much as I would like to say this was planned, that clip was a total fluke. But it does work. Now, since each move, both in and out, consumes the weapon charge, if you need to refill them, you simply need to get into the action and fight. The meter below fills up when you attack, and when it fills up, that replenishes one of your 4 charges. Hence why I said at the start of the video, the weapon gives you plenty of options, but you also need to be aggressive in the way that you use it. However, there's actually a little pro strat that I want to share with you guys. You won't find this in the moves list, but there's actually a way to make your chain blade charge go a little further. See, based on the information I just told you, using RB to pull yourself in and push yourself away uses a charge, right?
Right.
Well, if you press RB the second a ranged Y attack connects, you can pull yourself in without consuming a charge. Notice how in this instance I use the Y attack, and the moment it connects I press RB, pull myself in and still have 4 charges. That, my friends, is the chain blade secret. It doesn't work in reverse, so you can't press RB when you kind of connect a close range hit, because that would just be broken. I mean, that would then allow you to dash in and out infinitely. But with this technique in mind, it then means you only ever have to use your resource to get out of combat. Meanwhile, getting in is always free, which is sweet. Since the special doesn't consume stamina, it then means that if you want to get in and be a little bit more reckless, perhaps dip into that blade spin, aka the Bruce Lee Special, then you can afford to perhaps expend all your stamina, knowing that right after, you can get right out and allow your stamina to regen. So this combination is going to be crucial to your high level chain blade play. Now on top of all your moves, you also have a dash on B. All weapons have the ability to dodge, but the difference with the chain blades is that instead of the conventional dodge roll that the other weapons have, you instead have this ninja dash. Early on, you might think this a little OP, I know I did, but the further on you go, you begin to realise that you're still just as vulnerable as anyone else if you don't time or position yourself correctly. The dash, much like the roll, has iframes or invincibility frames, essentially a few short frames during the animation where you can't be hit, and you can also use this to dodge through attacks. But if you come from the other weapons where rolling is your bread and butter, then learning to master the timing of the dash will take some getting used to. But more importantly, the dash is just great for repositioning. Rolls are a lot more based on reactions. You see something happening, you roll through it or underneath it. Meanwhile, the dash is more about seeing something about to happen and taking advantage of the speed and distance to then ensure that you're in the right place by the time that action completes. Perhaps you see a behemoth about to spin 180, well then you use the dashes to close on its head. Maybe you're trying to cut the tail and you see a tail slamming coming, well then make sure that you're there once it lands. It's all about speed. That is what this weapon revolves around. Fast combos, quick burst damage, and mastering when to get in and do damage versus when to get out and stay alive. It's an incredibly fun weapon to use, and for me personally, the most satisfying one of the lot. Now, outside of the actual combat side of things, if you're going to use this weapon, you'll want to think sensibly about the gear and items that can complement it. Every Slayer carries a lantern, and as you progress, you can craft new lanterns. These fill throughout the hunt and can provide you with various buffs. Stamina buffs are especially useful for weapons like the chain blades, since as discussed, they are heavily dependent on it, and consume it very quickly. So a stamina lantern is something you should consider factoring into your loadout if you really want to unleash your attacks on the Behemoth. In addition to that, when you begin crafting weapons, you'll have access to different elements, and since the chain blades are a fast attacking weapon, they can really take advantage of these. Blaze Ether inflicts burning damage over time, Shock Ether will then see that damage spread throughout the parts of the monster, and Frost Ether will see frost accumulate on a behemoth part, freezing it in the process. But that, my friends, is pretty much it. That was my tutorial for the chain blades in Dauntless. I'll be putting together tutorials for the other 3 weapons, and they'll be dropping over the course of the next week on the run up to the alpha. That way, for any of you guys diving in on the 18th, by then you'll have videos explaining whatever weapon or weapons you decide to use. If you have any further questions, let me know down below. But for the time being, thank you very much for watching, take it easy, catch you next time, peace out. Behemoths, etc. And if you did, then you'll know that I said I have plans to follow up with a series of in-depth weapon tutorials, taking a look at each of the 4 weapons that will be available in the alpha. Well, today we're going to kick things off by talking about my personal favourite weapon, and a weapon that we haven't seen a great deal of, the chain blades. For those of you that are going to be jumping into the Founders Alpha next week, this will allow you to get an early understanding of how the weapon works, and pick up some tips before you start playing. And for those of you guys still on the fence and perhaps just want to see some more gameplay, well then this should also fill that void too. Either way, if you do enjoy this video and you do find it helpful, then a like would be super appreciated, and be sure to comment down below and let me know what you guys think, or if you have any questions. Now, to begin with, the chain blades are one of the most versatile weapons in Dauntless, offering fast and nimble combos up close, as well as the ability to attack and poke from a distance should you be faced with a particularly aggressive or defensive behemoth. Pair that with the fact that you also have the ability to both get in and out of combat at the press of a button, and you have the makings of a rather lethal weapon, allowing you to essentially dive in and dish out quick burst damage, and then get out before things get heated like some sort of Dauntless ninja. However, this is also the most technical of the 4 weapons, since a lot of the actions I just spoke about rely rather heavily on either stamina or a weapon-specific resource that builds the more you fight. So while it does provide you with a good number of options, you'll only truly benefit from those if you're able to play aggressively. So if after all of that, you're thinking to yourself, yep, that sounds like my kind of weapon, then here is everything you need to know about the chain blades.
Alright, that's it for the chain blades. We just gave you a double viewing on that.
Much like every other weapon in Dauntless, you have 2 main attack buttons, X and Y, or left mouse button and right mouse button.
We got it.
I play Dauntless with a controller since I think it feels best, so I'll be detailing your moves in this video with controller buttons.
There you go, Dauntless chain bladed weapon tutorial.
Then quite simply, X
let's take a pause from that and take a look at what our loading screen is. We're still loading up the island here. We're waiting for after the server, going through some of the tutorials on the weapons with Dauntless while you're watching live on GamingHQ.tv's live Founders Show, as we're bringing you some stuff here on Smashcast, Twitch, Mixer, YouTube, and of course our very own GamingHQ.tv. Thank you, Ellie the Gamer, for helping to work on our Discord server. We'll have some more work for people if they want to get in on the action here. It says by gamers, for gamers, about gamers here at GamingHQ.tv. My name is Greer. I'm your video game jockey. We're just waiting for this to load. Let's see if we can get this to move a little bit faster with a restart screen. We'll try to push it through. We also have Shark Week going on. We do. A lot of people don't realize, but it is Shark Week, so we'll have some great games on that to do. Let's try to get this thing reset. Come on. Why won't you work for us? Should I do it? Should we try it? Okay, let's see. I'm going to try and restart this way. Let's bring up something. Okay, and did you get it? Put it on NCS. Yeah, no copyright sounds. Okay, let's see if we can put the floors made of lava. Do we have that one? I think, is that no, that wasn't him. Let's do on and on. This thing could go on and on forever. It feels like it. This is cartoon. On and on, no copyright sounds with featuring Daniel Levy. Yeah, Levi? Maybe it's Daniel Levi from Attack on Titan. Here you go, no copyright sounds. Yeah, I'm trying to get it to fix right now. It's not doing us really any good. But we do have music, so let's listen to that while I fix this. Give me a second with this, okay? We'll be right here. We're not going anywhere. We're going to show you some more fun with Dauntless.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't want to waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't want to waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
It's the Dauntless link. tonight, which is Dauntless. Again, we're waiting for the Dauntless load. You can see we're at about 15% complete. If you want, we can go into some more of the tutorial information, and it's just getting caught up. Otherwise, the servers are back up. And Orgel's back up. He's over here on YouTube. What's up with you guys? We're just hanging out. We're getting this stuff coordinated. We've got 4 channels. I think we got more channels than people actually watching tonight, so I get to pretty much call it this morning, this afternoon, wherever you are on the globe. Well, it says it right there behind you, GamingHQ.global. I know people are always like, is that an extension? I'm like, yeah, it's a gaming extension. You can find mostly what we've got going on there. We just talked about the Loot Crate contest. It's a lot of fun, too. This month is going to be wrapped up after tonight. I know. We're just waiting on the Dauntless load up. I will put some more music on. How about this one? This is live, NCS live stream, gaming music, electronic radio. Let's see if I can pull this one through without getting a commercial or not. Yeah, and thank you, No Copyright Music, for sending us over the okay. There you go. This is Diviners by Swissera.